Welcome back to World Super Touring coverage. This is race 2, another 15-lapper, and it's going to be reverse grid time. Adrian Michael Rees here, alongside Michael Swinnerton. And Swinny, despite, we commented on some interesting performances, but whether it's symptomatic of the circuit or it's just the stigma of it, the after effects of Formula One coming here, that the fans, the people near the track, the people in the viewing figures, probably expecting a bit more dynamite than we saw in race 1, especially at the front of the field. So hopefully we get that for this particular race.
Yeah, you're not wrong. This could be a bit of an upset to the script, as it were, because you've got Liam Hartley in his rookie season in a privateer car on pole. But that privateer car, of course, is a rear-wheel drive. He's got nothing but front-wheel drives alongside him. The next rear-wheel drive car is Whitman. They're in seventh. So in theory, if he can get a good start, if he can get away from the crowd, he might just be the biggest upset since Brazil and Zanardi getting a second place in race 2.
Absolutely. There are 2 race winners behind him. Salo, not exactly the Palou we know has won in a Ford around here before, but there are the likes of Thompson, Bianchi as well threatening that particular win. So we'll hope for that as the sun sets here at Catalonia as the lights go out and we head for the shortcut turn 1. Away goes that particular Alpha in front and surging through Green Goddess and Red Devil already. Wittmann up to third. Squash for P4 on down as Fisichella almost took Thompson out. Wirtz back where he belonged in race 1 and up to third he goes. Fantastic start for him. Lammers sensibly off the line as well, but these 2 Alphas making up for what they couldn't do in race 1 as almost can get away for everyone else. Campster then, Hartley, Lammers. We saw the Honda try to dive down the inside of Fisichella, that's Thompson.
Bit of a wiggle, but he's going to make it.
There.
Yeah, the 2 Alfa Romeos there, the Works Alfa Romeos, getting a demon of a start. Wittmann going from 7th to 3rd. That's an incredible start.
And then destroys it all, mounting the first of the curbs on the RACC chicane.
Yeah, her suspension is not going to like that, but Nico Wirtz...
Where was this in race 1?
Well, exactly. Here he is already going for second on Lammers. We know the Renault has better straight line speed than the Honda, going into the braking zone.
And hasn't chickened out like he did in race 1 so many times. Down the inside, but Wirtz coming up, Lammers down the inside. Back into second. He goes switch back possibly, maybe not. We've been blessed with some excitement already, Twinny.
It all depends on how good your corner exit is, and Wirtz even needs to focus on getting the best possible corner exit so he can just out-drag the Honda down the start-finish straight. This whole third sector is going to be crucial for him right now. And be careful because there's an Alpha in your exhaust pipe.
We heard it on board. That particular Alpha was screaming to get by. Didn't do it at La Cascia. Kubica in 11th, Zanardi, and there's Palou falling back a little. Duma, we've seen better days for him, but Hartley is the centre of attention right now. Ekstrom falling back as well. So definitely a change. And Ingram last, definitely a change on the cards in the Constructors' Championship then.
What happened to you, mate? You started 14th. I'll have to talk to him after the race to know what happened there.
Yeah, his boss, fingers out. Hartley, definitely fingers out. Wirtz, also with hands free down the inside. Lammers.
Here he goes. Lammers is still alongside. He's got the place back again. So Wirtz has tried the same thing he did last lap to no avail again. don't think you can keep going by the same playbook there, mate. You're going to have to try something else to get around that Honda. We know you've got the speed to do it.
Didn't have to go on the curbs to do that either, so still podium for the time being, but Wittmann, Thompson, Fisichella might want to have their say in that. They're starting to spread out a little bit more. Salo, Webber, your top 8. Bianchi with the fastest lap, as he was in race 1, but Bianchi nowhere to be seen in a threatening points position.
Yeah, Bianchi got swamped by the traffic this time round, but we've seen him go through overtake cars plenty race 1, so no doubt he'll do it again somehow. Here comes Wirtz again. Can he get a good exit out the last corner? He's already there. He's already trying to outdrag him.
Now, speaking of that playbook, Lammers being on the defensive a bit more because he's trying to get past Hartley as well. They bail out, but then, nope, they still bail out. Wirtz was not going to be damaging the back bumper of Lammers that time by. Wittmann, still not close. Thompson Fisichella, still not close enough either. Bianchi now up to 8th.
Here's Bianchi.
So the BMW's decent start, not exactly falling into the mid-pack as the Alphas have done in the past. And there's the other one. There's Kubica in 11th.
Yeah, it's a good day for the PKP team. They've not been as consistent as they want to be with getting points-paying finishes. There's been one too many finishes that are 16th or worse for the team. And we know Kubica's got the talent.
I think the car outfit is going to be down to Kubica to get the Independence glory, but that Cobra team have just been on fire.
Yeah, I mean, the great start to the season, plus having 2 cars compared to 1, it's definitely advantage Ford Focus in the privateers right now. But we can't count out the DHL team, of course, as one of them is currently leading.
We were expecting that from the very get-go. They've now realised where that has happened and is going to happen. Very good race 1 for Hartley. Dumas just not necessarily nowhere to be seen, but could and has been better.
Yeah, I did theorise at the beginning of this season that the DHL team spreading themselves out to 2 cars might make their resources a bit thin on the ground and actually form a detrimental effect. But they've got a car in the lead right now, so maybe that's not the case. Also, I'd just like to point out the fastest lap has gone to Ingram. So after being punted back to last place, he's put on a charge somewhere. Quite sure where he is in the points order right now. I'll go and find him.
There he is,
15th.
So not only just the 1 point for 15th, a few more for being absolutely quick and well clear of the 119 that Bianchi had in race 1.
I think Bianchi had a 117 eventually, but yes, these are definitely getting close to the qualifying times. Meanwhile, speaking of Bianchi, here he is on Salo.
And there goes another Ingram fast lap.
Yeah, 170, he's broken into the 17th. So yeah, Ingram on a charge, definitely wants to do some more of that damage limitation I was talking about in race 1. Wirtz needs to get a bit of a wriggle on because Wittmann is catching again. And these 4 are forming a bit of a breakaway from Fisichella in 5th.
Another run wide from Wirtz. Almost trying to get momentum, but obviously it didn't work. There's Wittmann. There's Wittmann with a dive bomb. First time we've seen someone shortcut Lukasha hairpin.
Yeah, 2 wheels on the grass, as is tradition round here. Didn't quite pull it off. I think she was just a little bit too far back to really make that stick, but it is allowing Lammers to potentially have a go at Hartley for the lead. And Hartley's done a very, very good job maintaining this lead as we're pretty much at the halfway mark of the race now.
Honda have got their wins in early this season, could still be better. And speaking of, here's Wirtz again, momentum on the exit of New Holland and the chicane, but definitely side on. braking area. Brace yourself.
He's alongside this time.
And a very clean move.
It's not over yet. Lammers is going to have the inside for the next corner. Converts, hold the momentum around the outside. Nope. Gets the door slammed on him again. So Lammers is definitely drawing a line in the sand and saying, no, 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 second place is mine. Dare say Lammers is also probably saying, please stop attacking me so I can go, so we can both go for the lead here, but it's not going to happen.
Wittmann's still not picking up the pieces, even though she's trying to chuck her own pieces onto the track from shortcutting Lakasha hairpin. So did one of the BMWs then, I think.
Yeah, it's always been a bit of a rear-wheel drive thing, is to get two wheels on the grass around there. I've always noticed it be the Alphas and the Beamers over any of the front-wheel drive cars that do it.
More curb hopping.
Something to do with the extra 2 cylinders in the car, or the slightly longer wheelbase, or the drivetrain, or a combination of all the above.
Now Lammers hitting the curb, Wirtz didn't. There's the momentum right there. You can see it visibly now. Renault power, clearly better than Honda.
Yeah, he's not quite alongside to really send it properly here. He needs to be about there.
Mind you.
Now slam the door on Lammers and stop him from getting back at turn 2. He's still going to be there.
It's still going to be there. Mind you.
There we go.
Did we? I don't think I heard a hit.
No, I think that was clean. It was close, but it was clean. So Wirtz now free to go after Hartley. We'll see how long this takes him. Rookie
and inexperience. Is this going to snap as we enter the second half of race 2?
Wirtz, of course, has a championship under his belt, is the only champion to win in a front-wheel drive car with that VW Sirocco all the way back in season 1. So we know he's got the speed to do it, and he's one of the most experienced drivers on the field, so he's possibly one of the most scary people that Hartley could have in his rearview mirror right now.
And that's not the curb you want to hop when you're trying to defend a lead. Momentum clearly evident. Deja vu. We have been in the space before.
It's already clear of Hartley before turn 1.
Will it be on the switchback? Will Hartley?
He's going to have a go. Not quite. So Wirtz now leads. Hartley did a very, very good job leading 8 laps in his first ever season. That is, you know,
this is admirable still.
Yes. Coming into this championship with quite a bit of pressure, even though he's only in a privateer team. It is arguably one of the best privateer teams, with one of the best privateer drivers as your teammate. And this is how you're doing. It's definitely a good
one
look
of the
on
best
your CV.
cars.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely a good look on your CV. I think his job now is to try and hold second place off of Lammers, which I think is doable.
Another
speed of the 2 cars.
Another 6 laps to find that out after this one. Fairly spread out, the entertainment still to come, we hope.
Thompson in front of Fisichella, that's happened at some point.
Distracted by the battle for the lead. Salo and Bianchi. Here's another battle yet to unfold.
Bianchi's been on the back of the Ford for a few laps now. He hasn't managed to find his way past just yet. And yeah, BMW just continuing to do some formation flying, just in 9th and 10th this time rather than 1st and 2nd. Ingram's got himself up to 12th.
And Kubica almost comfortable in 11th. Might have to wave goodbye to that if Ingram's form didn't go by. Wirtz has got the fastest lap now.
Yeah, into the 116s. That's very quick.
Slight nudge. That could. I mean, it looked. Didn't ruin Kubica's momentum any. Took the hairpin.
That was a light enough tap just to say, I'm here and I want past, but not enough to upset the balance of the car in front at all. Understeers! Gets 2 wheels on the gravel.
Almost
and then misses
rallycross
the apex.
And wide.
Dear.
So the dirt from the tyres, that's what happens when you go wide. All the grip
He
is
might be
gone.
falling victim to overdriving the car a little bit as well, just to try and get up the order. He's got
I think overdriving it from last to 12th definitely happened at some point in the last 11 laps.
Yeah, he will have also used up quite a bit of his tyres getting through the traffic like that, so they might be giving out on him.
An entire second and 2/10 to try and beat the first lap time. I don't think that's going to happen with the traffic in front at this point in proceedings. Still a clear gap between Hartley and Lammers, so Hartley's still very comfortable. We have to sort of find out if he was going to be disappointed in losing the lead, but with the privateer goal in mind and Webber trying to get 8th in mind as well.
Yeah, Webber sent it on Bianchi there.
And there it is. Unless Bianchi's going to...
He's going to maintain the momentum around the outside of the corner there, and yep, closes the door, so Bianchi down to 9th.
So not too much of a straggle. It's there, but it's not back market traffic levels. Kubica still 11th. Ingram's off-track excursion has compounded that for the time being.
To catch up to the Beamer in front, and he's cut the gap down. So it looks like he's probably going to have another go at some point. There he goes, already pulling out for turn 1.
Here's the momentum. Definite momentum then, but Kubica chopped that concept off right there.
Yeah. This battle's still not done. Just because Webber took the place doesn't mean Bianchi's going to take it lying down, although Webber, with a good run through that corner, he might be able to send it on Salo into the hairpin. Oh, quite has a look. Take some grass for the thrill of it.
Bianchi almost offering up 9th place to Webber's teammate Schneider there.
Yeah, he had a bit of a wiggle on there. There we go, Ingram's already past Kubica.
Ingram is gaining on the top 10.
Yeah, after a dismal qualifying effort and a very lackluster race 1. This is going to be a slight redemption arc. Personal best lap time there of a 17.5.
We can see the Bianchi Renault down the inside. We can also see Fisichella trying to defend P6 now.
Yeah, Bianchi looks like he's going to get that spot back off the Beamer. Maybe not. Keep the momentum around the outside. It's been done before.
That was too much of a gift for Webber then, but
not done yet.
Top of the hill.
And there we go.
Webber back into P8.
Oh, it's not a comfortable P8. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw Bianchi have another go.
We didn't see them go on, but obviously the sun has set, and therefore the headlights are indeed on.
Still side by side, these two. Proper squabble.
Webber can get angry. Hasn't been angry in the last couple of... Well, definitely not the last season. Despite being... runner-up almost to the BMW, the Alpha Battle.
Bianchi
still virtually in from Hartley.
Gap. Needs to get around Webber again.
2 to go.
There.
Lammers still ahead of Wittmann. Thompson ahead of Fisichella.
It looks like Hartley is going to be quite comfortable in 2nd place there, because Lammers is too busy defending from Wittmann for 3rd. So I think Hartley, not with the win, but with a 2nd place in only your, what, 7th start, 8th start, 10th start? I know numbers. Either way, a podium that quickly into your World Super Touring career, that's very good going.
the dyscalculia is setting in. Hartley almost threatening the win again.
Yeah. I don't know
Wirtz
whether this is
has
Wirtz just looking after his tyres and backing off a bit deliberately, or whether he's
too
burnt
much
his
curb
tyres
then.
out.
Definite too much curb from Hartley there to gain on Wirtz. 1 to go then. Entertainment not necessarily lacking. The lead has changed, unlike it didn't for race 1 after the start. Ingram threatening a P10.
Yeah, Schneider is in his sights.
Bianchi and Webber having their battle still. Ingram getting
rolling it through the corner and making up so much time on Schneider there.
8/10 off of Wirtz's fastest lap now, so the effort has been there, but it definitely needed to be more evident in qualifying and the race 1.
I don't know whether he's going to be able to get around Schneider through this complex here.
The top 11 are all in the same infield. There's Wirtz. Good comeback. Bad getaway in race 1. Very good start for race 2. Makes up for it. Does Renault's constructor effort no harm at all. Hartley with the drive of the day, I would suppose. P2. He'll be very happy indeed. Lama's happy with the points. Alpha could be happier, but 4th and 6th. Honda being very happy indeed. They've got their wins in. Ingram propping up the top 10 in 11th. Here come the rest of the privateers. Dumas getting a point in. Red flag, one of their best efforts this weekend. Better race 1 than race 2 perhaps. And the Tamiya's not necessarily plumb last, but Moreno feeling the reality of a privateer effort after a fantastic opening stanza in the first 3 rounds. And obviously a lot more entertaining race 2. We can always use the reverse grid as an excuse, but I think had that been a standard, results of race 1 being the grid over race 2, I think we would perhaps have seen a bit more effort being on display perhaps.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, you've also got the time change to factor in. Like race 2 they had a much colder track, of course, because it was later in the evening, so less grip available. But yeah, no, that was a solid race. I'll go and talk to Anthony and see what on earth happened lap 1 to put him all the way back to last place. Yeah, well done, Liam Hartley. That's a podium in your first ever season. That's very, very good going. And yeah, it's definitely the battle of the blue and yellow up front for the drivers' standings right now.
It puts Nico Wirtz in the lead of the championship. It puts Bianchi up to 2nd. Ingram, having led the championship out of Maggio, has fallen back to 3rd. Niki Lauda's in 4th. The Schneider Fisichella 5th and 6th. Webber 7th and Salo 8th in the Drivers' Championship. As for the privateers then, it is still Zanardi ahead of Moreno. Hartley is now 3rd after that epic P2. A 26-point gain after the 2 he had in Italy as well. As for the constructors then, seismic shift for Volvo. They were 2nd coming into this weekend. They have fallen back to last and 6th. Renault holding strong in the lead then. BMW up to 2nd and Honda up to 3rd. Alpha having, we've seen the staple, BMW Alpha this weekend, but they are 4th in the constructors. Cobra just, you shall not pass personified in the independent championship for the time being. 133. DHL were second before this particular weekend. Actually, no, look at that again. They were third this weekend, only on 9 points. Not only thanks to Hartley's P2, but Dumas getting the points has taken them from 9 points to 36. But up against Cobra's 102, that will be a mountain to climb and a fairly entertaining rivalry to look forward to as we go into the second half of the season, straddling the Red Bull Ring round, which will be next and on this channel. Whilst I've been talking away there, Swinney has managed to ping a message to Ingram. Obviously, I'll talk to him later, but he's giving you a short message back.
Oh, it was very short. It was one word. It was just traffic. So I'll have to find out details later.
Say no more. Fairly self-evident. We saw that at the start. What might have been a clean getaway, we didn't exactly pick up on it. We'll give you all the info on that when we head for the hills and the valleys in the Styria region of Austria. The old Österreich ring, formerly the A1 ring, Red Bull ring, point and squirt, has been entertaining, and whilst will be more entertaining than Catalonia, has been a fairly eventful one, and we look forward to your company for round 6, races 11 and 12. Adrian Michael Rees on behalf of Michael Swinnerton, it's goodbye. Good racing, everyone.